Hello everybody, it's CraftyRia. Welcome to Monday Night Live. I am so glad everybody is here and I hope you can see and hear me okay. Today is Monday, July 25th, and I was gone last week, but I'm here today and I'll tell you what I did last week. Let me first, of course, pull up my video on my channel. If I can get to it, there we are, and pull up my chat so I can properly say hello to everybody. All right. Let's see. Welcome in Lois, one of my awesome moderators. Drovers Run 58. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome in Carla and Barb and Angela, Destalou, Agnes, and Stream Elements. Okay, well, I'm glad everybody is here. Let me know where you are and how the weather is by you. I'm in central Ohio, or the southeastern part or whatever of Ohio, some part, I don't know where I am, Chillicothe area. And the weather's, I don't know, it looks pretty dark out. I wonder if it's gonna storm. Kind of iffy sometimes, warm and yucky. Welcome in, Carrie. I was saying Carrie and Carla at the same time because I was reading Carla's name and it came out Cara. All right. All right, I have some glue dots stuck on my desk. Let me get those off. Oh no, yes, be careful of the crazy, crazy weather. Anyway, last week, we went on a cruise out of New York City. So we flew into JFK and we stayed at the awesome TWA hotel, and we stayed the night there, and then the next day we sailed out of New York City past the Statue of Liberty under the Verrazano Bridge. Oh, I just loved it. And then we went to Bermuda. Well, we had a sea day, went to Bermuda, had a sea day, and then came back, and then we flew home. So but we did order some local New York pizza at the hotel for dinner. It was kind of just okay. I wish it was a little bit better because I love New York style pizza. But we did have a really good time on the cruise. And let me show you what I got from the hotel. Oh, I don't know if any of you remember TWA. It was Trans World Airlines, and the old TWA concourse or whatever at the airport, it's a historical building and it's absolutely beautiful. You should look it up. There are videos and pictures online. The TWA hotel, it's amazing. And they refurbished it into a hotel, and it is so cool. We had a runway view room on the 8th floor, which is the top floor, and we just watched humongous planes go in and out. It was so awesome. Welcome in, Christine, one of my awesome moderators. Thank you so much. So these were the little coasters that they had there, and I thought it was really cool. And I think that might be Connie, one of their planes, and it's also a bar outside. You can go into this plane and have a drink or two. It's really cool. And this was the key card, and that was our room key. I took my room key home because I want to put, they didn't have magnets. They have a whole TWA store, but we collect magnets. So I'm going to put a magnet on the back and use that as a refrigerator magnet. But I took this for ephemera because I thought it would be really cool, maybe to use on something, I don't know. These were from our luggage tags. I thought they would be cool ephemera. I just think they're neat. And of course I took the bar of soap because I'm crazy like that. And look at this pad of paper. I'm going to use this for work. Really big pad of paper. And then I love these pencils. I got some extra pencils I'm going to use them as package toppers for my Patreon Happy Mail members for next month. Shh, don't tell them. If you're one of my Patreons, then you're going to get this, but pretend you don't know. Make it a surprise. I usually try to always put something really neat. I wrap up the packages in tissue paper, and I always try to use something as a cool package topper. And I was so excited to get those pencils. So I got some extras, of course, one for me at least. And that, I think I'll keep one on my desk, and then I will save one. So anyway, there is that. I thought that was just a little fun thing to show you. Tomorrow, Carrie, it is supposed to be cold here. Like, well, not cold, but colder than usual. High of 70, I think, which I think is awesome. But it is amazing because we've had some really, really hot days. It was really nice in Bermuda. It didn't seem that hot. Same thing on the ship. It didn't seem that hot. I was a little nervous about cruising in July, but of course we were more north than we usually cruise, so I guess it wasn't too bad, and we didn't get lost in the Bermuda Triangle. So there is that. So I have a couple small pieces of mail this week. This is a really neat envelope that I got from Carrie, or I think that's how she says her name. I'm not exactly sure, but these are my June wishes. We have some bling, which of course I love bling. And some of the stickers. Remember a couple weeks ago I had that same sticker and I cut the tree off of it. And there is a plane and this is perfect for the cruise I just came back from. And this card is really cute. There's a gnat flying here. Get out of here. Go away. I don't want you, little bug. Okay. There is that. And then this is from Dawn. Right before the show, I sent Todd a message asking him to bump the air down. I'm really warm. We usually keep it pretty warm, but I was exceptionally warm, so I wanted to have him bump it down. This is from Dawn Nunn, and she says, these are just a couple of wishes for you. I wanted you to know how much I appreciated your summer swap package. It really made my day. Hope you have a great week. She sent me that awesome package that I opened a couple weeks ago with all of the good smelly stuff in it. Oh man, that was awesome. And what I sent her was nowhere near as nice as what she sent me. She did send me some bling, and these are wishes. This is from the group Creativity Swaps, Happy Mail, and Friendship. Nope, wrong group. The Hangout, Crafty Girls Swap Hangout on Facebook, the Hangout. The other group kind of fizzled away. I think the owner of that group had taken ill, so they had trouble having people, be administrators in the group. But most of us moved over to the Hangout. And that's where we've been swapping. And the first Saturday of every month, we do wishes. And I always wish for dog stuff and rainbow stuff, peacocks, and then some other various things. This is really cute. It's peacock. This bird is super pretty. This looks like it's a set, probably. I wonder if those go together. That's really pretty. I don't know who makes those. It looks almost like Graphic 45. If you guys know, let me know. I'm not exactly sure. This owl is really cool. We have some colored pencils. I love this bird sticker. It is like a vinyl or plastic sticker. I might keep it out and use it on something rather than make a card with it. Like use it on my notebook or something. I have a notebook that I keep all my swaps in, and I think that would look fantastic on it. Excuse me. And then we have this peacock. Then we have these beautiful peacock stickers. I think they have a clear background. And then, of course, she always decorates the envelope really cool. So that is, believe it or not, that is all the mail I have. All right. All right, I think I was going through some of the stuff. I cheated a little bit today, and I think I'm going to use these two things on a card. And like I said, I think I'm going to use this on a notebook. Let me see if my notebook is handy. Yeah. I have two notebooks. First of all, I have my planner, and I don't have any stickers on it at all. But I think that would look good on my planner. But then my planner is only good to the end of the year, and then I've kind of wasted the sticker. I don't know. I have this book. This had some printing on it from an oncology seminar I went to many years ago when I was working as an oncology nurse. And I think this is real leather because it's falling apart. I've had it forever. It had some stuff down here, so I just put washi tape on it. But this would look good on here as well. Might be a little bright for it. Maybe the peacock stickers would look good. And what I use this for all of I keep track of my swaps on here, what I need to send and what I'm receiving. And so I have almost the whole book is still empty. So this will last me for a long time. I had a piece of washi tape on this, and the washi tape came off and it took the top layer with it. So whatever I put on here has to be permanent. So let me know what you think. If you would put it on here if you were me, or would you put it on the planner, keeping in mind the planner is only good until December. I think it looks much prettier on the planner. It really goes with it. Well, let's see. What about these? Some of these peacocks would look good on this one. Maybe I will put this on the planner. All right, I'm going to set these aside. You guys, let me know what you think. All righty, so I have those. I have a couple cards I pulled out that I think I will recycle, but I also pulled these out because when I was going through my card bases yesterday, I found a couple that I thought would look good with these. Can the notebook be replaced? Oh, in this, you mean? I'm not sure. Yes. So the notebook itself will come out. So I could put another notebook in this cover and keep this cover forever. I have another one. When we were leaving the convention, this was in Vegas, when we were leaving the convention, the people there, it was at the end of their year or something, and it had come out, I think starting the next month, that the drug companies were not allowed to give free gifts to the doctors anymore. You know, they would always come in and give pens and pads of paper. And I mean, they would just really stock up the doctor's office. And I guess they decided that they would not be allowed to do that anymore because, you know, people thought it was bribing the doctors, whatever. I'm not going to get into how I feel about it or whatever. But they told us they had boxes of these, and they're like, take as many as you want because we have to throw them away. So my friend and we got so much nice stuff. And like I said, I've had this for years, and I have another one too. So you're right, Christine. Whatever I put on front will be here for a while, and I cannot take the washi tape off because see, it takes that off. So whatever I put on here has to stay on here. It will be like permanent. So, and that's why I put these that said happiness and those butterflies, and it says life is better with confetti. I just thought that was really cute to cover up what was there, but I cannot take it off because it'll ruin the cover. So I could use that. I love the bird, but I also love the way it looks on here. It looks perfect. I don't know if at the end of the year I'd be able to pull this off and keep it, keep this sticker intact. My first thought was to use this on a card, but I love this sticker, and it's really a thick sticker, so I like it. I don't know, what if I put it on the other side of this? No, I don't like it there. Okay. So anyway, that is what I'm dealing with in my head. All right. Anyway, I was playing around with this stuff, and I saw these card bases. I have a bunch that are already, you know, patterned, and I was sorting them in I have this box of all of my card bases, and I was making some extra white ones because, you know, I have to have white. And that's when I saw this one, and I thought, that looks just like something that Dawn gave me. And I thought, look at this. It looks exactly like it. It's like it matches. So then I pulled out things to see what else I could use. And I had this card base, and this somebody gave me in Happy Mail. And if it was you, please speak up because I don't remember who gave it to me in Happy Mail. One of my viewers. But look at how perfect this owl looks on here. That's like it's meant to be. So I thought, well, I have to use that. So let me get my stuff out of the way here and take a drink, and let's get into some crafting. Welcome in, Julie. I'm glad you made it back. I'm glad you are here. You are always welcome. Everybody is welcome. Oh, I do want to say something to all of the husbands out there, or, you know, partners, wives, whatever, all inclusive here. To all of the significant others out there who hear my voice all the time, I just want to say hi. I just thought that would be fun. I know a couple of you comment about your husband talking about the show and different things. So, or saying, oh, you're cheating on CraftyRia if you hear another voice or whatever. But hello, and I appreciate all of you. I thought about that this morning, and I thought it would be awesome to do that, to say hello. All right, Christine is using some of her fun icons. She's one of my channel members. And it says, let's craft. So let's do it. Let's craft. All right. So like I said, I loved the way this owl looks on here, and it's already kind of matted, not really matted, but there's a border, and I don't want to add too much to it to take away from it, because I think it blends in with the background perfectly, and I don't think I need to mat it on anything. And I pulled out my owl ribbon that Dawn also gave me, and I thought it would be pretty good to put on here with it, kind of like that, or like that. Let me cut that off. This ribbon is from The Art of Autumn. I guess that's it. The Art of Autumn. I don't know where she got it, but I love it. Let's see. Made in Taiwan for indoor use only. It's made, it's by Joann Stores, Hudson, Ohio. I didn't even know there was a Hudson, Ohio. I know there's a Hudson, Florida. I didn't know there was a Hudson, Ohio. All right, so here we go. I think I will do this card. I can't decide which way. Let me know if you want the ribbon on the right or the left. I'm not sure. And, oh no, I need to refill my tape runner. Remember I used it all last week? Uh-oh. All right, I'm going to have to do something else other than that tape runner today. Oh, the woes of going live and not being ready. I do have this handy. Let's see, and I have this little guy. And I have some glue. We'll manage. Oh, and I have these mounting squares too. So we'll be okay. This just happened to be within reach. And I have some other tape like this, but it's super narrow. So I will save that for tiny things. Have you guys ever used this Crafter Square tape? It's like the tear tape, I would imagine. Let me know what you think of it. We will find out. Like the ribbon on the right. See, I always put it on the left, so I think I'm going to go with it on the right. Or I mean, I always put it on the right, but I think I will go with it on the right. I like it. Yep, we'll go with the right. Okay. So I think I will just put this centered. I don't know if I have another embellishment for this. Maybe a flower. I'm looking around on my desk to see what I have handy that is within reach. Let me grab some flowers. Let's see. Let's go with this color maybe. Maybe this. And maybe a blue. So let me see which one I like. The yellows, I think, might be too bright. These containers, in case you are wondering, are from Flint's earplugs. I wish they made these cute little, but they look like apothecary jars. And I just saved them and I punched out, cardstock to match whatever color I had in them. And I have them on my shelf in rainbow order, and they're perfect for holding flowers. I wish they had these. They have square ones now. That's too big. They have square ones that I use now. I save them as much as I can. I wear earplugs to sleep with because somebody who shall remain nameless in my home snores. I won't mention any names, but I only live with one other person. I think you guys can, well, I mean, there's the dog, Jonah. He doesn't snore. Well, I guess he does. He does sometimes, but that's not the problem. And then there's Crichton, who's quiet at night. Oh, I like those flowers. These are shimmery paper flowers, but they go really good with this background. Maybe I'll use those, and I'll put a gem in the center. All right, there we go. That was easy. All right, I think I will go with that. All right, let's put this down first. I thought of a layer under the owl, but I love the way it blends in with the background. I think it's just so perfect. And I'll use these squares on here first. I got these in Happy Mail. This one here is a lone lost little square. And the box was broken when I got it. And what I did was just take a piece of cardstock and put it over there. And now I have the dispenser that works like it should. And there's quite a few left in there. I normally don't buy the mounting squares. I can't believe I forgot to put tape in my gun. It's because we went on vacation and then I haven't really, I'm ashamed to say, I haven't really used it. All right. Then we have this guy down that side. And this has a gold trim, so it's quite nice. Let's see if I can find the end of this tape. There it is. I have my other glue, my tape runner as well. Let's see. I think I'll put 2 pieces of this tape on here just to cover the back of this quite well. It does tear super easy, like the expensive stuff like this. Well, I don't know if it's really expensive. You know, the regular stuff. Tear tape, people call it. I can't remember the real name of it. All right. Oh, the backing peels off real easy too. I'll have to get more of this. I spoke too soon. It's because the tape is coming up with the backing there. On paper, it would probably be easier to peel the backing away. All right. I think I like it just like that. It sticks down good. I will use my Fiskars scissors to trim the edge off. These are the non-stick, the Teflon scissors. I recently purchased these. Okay. And I do love these little blue flowers. They're so cute. So I'll put one there, kind of intertwining with each other probably. Kind of like that, where one piece is on top of the other and also below the other to make it look a little more natural. And I've got these little guys. I have an open one somewhere. Oh, I see it, but it's way over there that I'd have to reach for. So let me get a new one. I'll put one of these on the back of each of these. These are little mini glue dots. I get them from Amazon. They are in my Amazon storefront. They work great and they are super inexpensive compared to like the name brand glue dots. And they're clear and they're, as you can see, they're really small. And this package, I've used several sheets. It comes with a ton. It doesn't say on the back how many are in the sheet, but there's like a million. All right, maybe not exactly a million, but uh-oh. I took my flowers apart. This is live, people. Come on. I stuck it to my table. Let's see. I'm sticking my tongue out just right. There we go. That's how they're going to be on there. I like it. Winnie the Pooh. Oh. Hello, Christine's husband. All right. And let's see. I do have some bling on my desk. Oh, I have some bling in that package too. I have red bling. I think red's too bright. There's some bling in here. Let's see what we got. The pink pearls don't match. I might have to get out my bling box. There's dark blue. Oh, there's this red. I don't think that goes either. And then those other blue. Trying to get the other piece of bling out of here. That might work, but it's such a nice border. I do like the way that piece looks there. Okay. I'm going to put, I don't know, I hate to tear this one apart. I'm not going to use that. All right. I'm going to put all this back in here. This is funny. This is what I do when I do a project. I dig through all of my things. It takes me forever. I have some other bling out and handy. I have pink, which is not going to work. I have this clear. Maybe I'll go with the clear. This one here is kind of a, I'm going to go with that one. This one is kind of a multicolored clear, and I happen to have two pieces hanging out here. So I'll put a piece in the center of each one. I like that because it's more neutral. That's right. You only missed one. I was on vacation last week, so you did only miss one show. And it's very hot up there in Canada. I know, you know, there's a lot of, everybody's going through this horrible heat wave. Thankfully tomorrow, oh, I cannot wait. It's going to be so cool. Unless it has changed. I'm not sure. All right, let me get rid of these flowers. I'm just going to put them in my bin over there. They normally go over there, so I'm mixing everything up over here. And when I can't find something later, you guys will have to tell me where I put it. So I think I'm going to call that card done. I think it's quite cute. It's just blank inside, and I'll leave it blank inside until I go to use it for something. And then there is this one. Oh, I just love this. This here, like I said, I think matches this perfectly. And of course, I have no idea what I'm going to do to this card beyond that. I did not plan this out at all. And this is a sticker, and it's a shaped sticker. So I'm going to mat it on something because it'll get lost in the background if I don't. And then I'm going to, I think, raise the center part up because this comes out as well. But I want to use it together, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. So I do want to, like I said, I do want to mat this on something. So let me see, maybe a dark, let me see what I have for dark blues. See if I like dark blue. Oh, this is my glitter paper. I'm not sure if I want glitter. I don't know if that's even such a thing that I'm allowed to say. Have you ever heard me say I'm not sure if I want glitter? What's wrong with me? Do I have a fever? Am I ill? I don't think I ever uttered those words in my entire life. Oh, what if I do, you know, the blue's not very contrasty. What if I do a pink? Let me see what I have for pink. This is dark pink. I want to get a good pink that goes with these flowers. And this is just scraps, solid cardstock scraps. I think that one might be the perfect one. This is probably a better size of it, same color. I think I'll just go with that because that is perfect. I think that'll work. I'm going to keep this other piece out. Same. Okay. Of course, I have no idea what I'm going to put on here on the bottom. We'll figure it out. So I have this. Oh, and whenever I put my scraps in my scrap folders, I've already cut them so they are a perfect rectangle. So I don't have to worry if I need to true up the edges. They're always going to be a good rectangle. So I'm going to take this frame sticker and put it on here to give it a little bit of a border, just eyeballing it. There we go. I'll set that aside for a second and get my paper trimmer. I put my heavy books on top of my paper trimmer. And then I'm going to trim the top. I got to go a little bit more. I was a little bit, left a little bit too much. There we go. And I think I might want to reach in over here, get my corner rounder. Since it is shaped and like these corners kind of go in, I'm going to just round the corners just to kind of give it a neat dimension. I'm going to try the small one. Yeah. Let me see if I can get it to show up better. And then the top one, I'm going to use the larger one since this has a larger shape to it. Oops. Pay attention to what I'm doing here. There we go. Put it in upside down and that way I can see what I'm doing. There, that gives it more of a shape, kind of like it was meant to be. Like that. Very cool. And then I'm going to take my Memento ink pad and I'm just going to blacken the edges. Just ink the edges a little bit. Just so it stands out a little bit more. It's really hard to see on camera, but it does help. There's some black lines in the flowers. And then I have this little piece. I could just stick it in like it came. I think I want to raise it up. Maybe on blue. Let me get my blue back out. I love this corner. This is a We Are Memory Keepers. I have a regular small corner rounder and I lost it. Well, I didn't really lose it. Todd had it in the basement and I didn't realize he had it in the basement. He used it for a project and he had it and I looked and looked around for it because I always keep it in one particular spot and it is in here. Of course I can't reach in there. This was my original one. I had this forever. It's just a single, small, very heavy. It's by Carl, C-A-R-L. And I've had this for years. And like I said, I couldn't find it. So I purchased this one and I love this one. I use it all the time. So there's that. This blue is a pretty good match. And I'm just going to mat this with an ever so slight border. I don't want much of a border at all. Just a super tiny border. I mostly want to take the sticky off the back. And let me trim this out. Let me carefully, if I can see what I'm doing and not mess it up. There we go. Eyeball that. And yeah, that'll be really good in the center. Okay, that'll work. So I'm going to attach this down flat because I don't really want too much dimension on the card, because if your cards are more than 1/4 of an inch thick, then you have to pay extra postage. So I try to keep that in mind. Also, if your envelope is thicker on one side than the other, if it's not an evenly dispersed weight, even if it was within that 1/4 inch, I shouldn't say weight, thickness, then they charge you extra because it'll get stuck in their machine. It would be not machinable. I should do a video about all of the post office rules. There's so many little quirks like that. So when you're making your cards, you can keep that in mind. All right, and then this I will put up on a foam dot. I had one little piece sitting over here, if I can find it. Oh, I did find this, which I like. Here it is. I found my little piece. I'll have to cut this in half. I try to use the foam tape that is an 1/8 of an inch or less, or I think it's a 1/16 of an inch. The thinner one, the thinner of the sizes that are available, because then that does give you a little extra room, and you won't get charged the extra postage. And it still looks pretty much the same. And then I'm just going to set that on there. Quite cool. It looks like it was meant to go with this card. I found this here on my desk just now. This is from another video I did, my last video that came out. It is layered stamping. And look, this matches. It's pretty close. So I'm just going to fussy cut this guy out. Yeah, I think rules of the post office would be a good idea. I know a lot of people send Happy Mail, and if you're watching my shows, you probably send out some cards. And it's good to know what the rules are when you're making your cards. That way, you can keep that in mind. I send out over 100 Christmas cards, and I try to make it so I avoid extra postage. If the cards are particularly, thick, then I will, or heavy, I try to save those for things that I give in person, or things like where I'm going to send it in a package. So then that extra thickness does not really matter. So I have this little flower I could use as an embellishment on here, but I think I need a piece of ribbon to go behind it. Let me see what I have. I have this little pack of ribbons from last week. Not last week, the week before. Here is this. Oh, this might be good. It's kind of a cream color with gold. Oh, I bet that's perfect. There we go. I think that's going to work. Let's use this one. This isn't my good ribbon scissor. And sometimes what I do with these ribbons, as you can see, this ribbon is a wired ribbon. I will try to take the wire out before putting it on a card, because then it will lay flat. Of course, it's hard to do on live camera. Easier said than done. And I don't have my little pliers handy. I'm going to see if I can do it. If not, I'm just going to leave it. I'm looking around to see if my hemostats are anywhere nearby to grab that little wire. No, it's not. It ain't moving. Let me try one thing. Let me see if my hemostats are up here. Yep. They are. All right. See if I can do this. There we go. And there is the one piece of wire that I pulled out. I don't know if you can see it on camera. It's super duper thin. But I always try to do that if I can with wired ribbon, because it will lay flatter on the card. Now you just have this soft piece of ribbon. And this wire is really thin, and it is copper. So sometimes what I do is I just kind of roll the wire up, and I'll just set it aside to use on another project if I need a little piece of ribbon, or I mean wire. All right, so I will put this down. I don't think it matters which way it goes. I'll use the same tear tape again, the Dollar Tree version. It's not a bad deal for this roll of tape for $1. It seems to be a pretty big roll. It seems to be quite a bit on there. Thank you, Irene. Welcome in if I didn't say hi to you already. And again, I don't have a background paper to tuck it behind. I almost always tuck ribbon behind. But we are gonna just go with it this way. If you're doing this with ribbon and you're concerned about it fraying, you can always take a little bit of glue. I have fabric tack now. I could put a little bit of fabric tack on the ends to keep it from fraying. And then I have that little flower. I have this little piece of ribbon left over. I might do this. I'm dovetailing the end. Like that. And in this case, I am leaving the ribbon in the wire in the ribbon. I might just, let's see, that'll make that flower kind of stand out a little bit better. So I will use this. These are the balloon dots that I use all of the time. I think I'm just going to take my finger. Nope, I'm not going to just take my finger. I'm going to cut one off and stick it in there. Where is North Royalton, Ohio? I don't think I've heard of that town before. So there, that has that piece stuck, and I will put one on the back. I'm glad you're chatting with us, Irene. I appreciate it. It's fine to lurk, but it's also great to communicate. Thank you. Our community here is awesome. There we go. I think I just threw my flour away. Hold on, let me get it out of my trash can. Do you guys see my flour? Did I throw it in the trash? Oh, I see it. I think it fell on the floor. I think I see it. I did. It fell on the floor right in front of the trash can. Whew. I was like looking in my little trash. There we go. We'll put that on there. That flower is like it matches the card. Just happened to be on my desk. If you watched my last video that I made, you would have seen I worked with these layering stamp sets. They were really cool. There, that one is done. Put it with my owl so I don't lose it. Let me get another sip of my drink. And I gotta clean up some of this mess. It's stressing me out. It's making me crazy. Crazier. I was crazy to begin with. All right. And I know we've talked before about scraps. These pieces are pretty small, and since they're plain cardstock, I may keep this one, but I don't think I would keep these. But I have a project coming up that I'm going to use a lot of scraps, so I will keep those little ones in a different spot. And then these I would put back in my scrap thing. I have so much paper that I don't need to save all of my scraps. Okay, and put that over there because I'll never get that back in that little baggie again. Ever. Okay. Let's see. I have a few things that I got last week. I got that, if you guys remember, that was from Dawn in that wonderful package. And she sent also these dog cards. Now, these are normally, this is a negative strip, and it is, you know, like a negative. And if you're making a scrapbook page, you can put it on top of your pictures. But look at this. What if I put it on the front of this card? These are pre-made, you know, store-bought cards. So I don't need to cut them apart because they are perfectly fine the way they are. And there are a few of these cards. This one I think is going to be too big, the picture, but these two fit in the frame, and I think I'm going to just do it. Let's do it. Let's see what we can do. This was just kind of on a whim. So let's see, this is a cropping guide. And then there is, okay, this here, it has the doodad on the back, but I only need the front piece. And I could kind of put it on there like that, especially on this, because this one here looks like the dogs went to a, like on a photo shoot. So let's do this. Let's cut this apart. I know some of you are going, oh my gosh, don't cut that apart. Yeah, I'm cutting it. Here we go. Oh, Angela, I bet you do. Jonah says you can come over, Angela, and pet him. Okay, I'm going to cut this down the middle. Jonah says any of you can come over here and pet him. He says he doesn't get enough pets. So we have that. It's not perfectly even because I'm not that great of a cutter. And I'm just going to trim this edge off. I'm not sure if I can get it to lay flat. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I think that would be kind of cute. It just, I always like to add something to the front of a card. Jonah is the type of dog that once he realizes that you have a hand and the hand can pet his head, you're not allowed to do anything else until he's ready. When he's ready, he's going to get up and leave and he's done with you. He just like will get up and leave in a huff and it's like, that's it, I'm done. And it's just random. I mean, you could be giving him the best loving and he's like, yeah, I'm done. He's crazy. He has a mind of his own. He does what he wants to do. And that's fine. Jonah is a very old man, though. He's very old. Poor little guy. I don't like to think about how old he is because it makes me sad. Are these the exact same size? Yeah, they are. So I think that looks quite cute on there. It just adds a little something to the front of this card. And I will use this on this long side. Yep, that works. It kind of takes the, if it sticks just right, it messes the color up on the back. That kind of is not good, but it kind of, though, in this case, it makes it look like an old photo. So we're going to just go with this. There we go. That looks pretty cool, even though it is messed up. But you know, sometimes the really old negatives tend to look funny like that. And I'll do the same thing with this one. I wonder if the other tape would work better. If this tape would work better. I'm going to give it a try. Wish me luck. I don't want to ruin the thing. Keep my fingers crossed that this tape will work. Aw, 16 and a half is an old dog. Jonah is 14, maybe. I say he's 10, but I'm wrong. We've had him. Yeah, I think he's probably 14. And he is a Beagle Pug mix. So smaller dogs tend to live longer. I hope. I'm going to kind of put this on a little bit of an angle too. That tape worked better. This here, what happened, it gets stuck and it slides, and that's how it pulled the ink off the back, the image off the back. So there we have these two. I think that's really cool. Kind of just adds a little something to the plain note cards. Oh, so sweet, Angela. I'm such a dog mom. I am such a dog sap. It is just crazy. I love dogs so much. I have these white pearls. I wonder if I put a strand of white pearls across the bottom of this one, since that chair is so fancy. These are Recollections pearls. I got these in Happy Mail. I think these are really, I wonder if this is a whole, like a, oh, it's like the whole sheet. Oh, that's really cool. What if I do 3? I'm going to do 3. I might cut it out in this direction. Okay, I'm going to cut 3. These scissors. Throwing everything around over here. Don't stand in the way over here. You may get hit with flying scissors. I don't think I've ever used these Recollections. They are really cool. They're pretty heavy. Do you guys hear Crichton? He's whistling. All right, I think that'll work. Let me cut this piece off. And that'll take up some of that room down at the bottom. There we go. That's nice. I like it. I like it. I'm going to try to trim off a little extra of that glue sticking out. There. And then this one, I don't know what to do with this one. I might just leave that one alone. Because that dog is just all face. I know, Christine, he's been quiet. Now he's singing away. I hope you guys can hear him. He's kind of crazy. See, this card had a lot of blank space at the bottom that really wasn't much of anything. And this guy is just that. Look at that mug on that dog. I love it. Okay, so I will leave it. Sometimes leaving things plain is good. All right. Those were a couple of really easy cards. I feel like I'm cheating when I do cards that were that easy. Okay, I pulled out a couple of Christmas cards because what is a CraftyRia show without Christmas cards, right? Let me move some stuff around here. Hang on. I don't know what to do with this one yet. But that worked out really great with those picture frames or negative frames. That's really cool. I'm going to move my things over, try to clear off my desk a little bit here. I have quite a mess. Okay. Crichton is very happy. He's a happy boy. Even the envelopes for these cards, those dog cards, are super thick. They're almost like cardstock. They're awesome cards. Let me get a drink and let's work on some Christmas cards. I took this guy out because it's super pretty. I love this card. Graphique. It's on super thick cardstock. Love this. And I thought it would be pretty to decorate. Let's see. I think red. Yeah, red would be perfect. These are the 5x7 card bases that I got when Pat Catan's was going out of business over in Washington Courthouse. You're right, he heard me say his name. Crichton, are you a good boy? Are you a good boy, Crichton? Who's a good boy? I don't know if he'll answer me. Who's a good boy? Sometimes when I pet Jonah, if it's in the same room as Crichton, Crichton will say, "Oh, the boy. Oh, the boy." He's very cute. I'm going to take a sliver off the bottom just so there's a good amount of edging. I'm not going to mat this on anything. This is very heavy cardstock, and then this is as well. And being 5x7, I don't want to go over an ounce. So I'm going to leave that as that is. I don't think it needs a mat. I think it looks great the way it is. It actually doesn't need much of anything because it's really good quality cardstock, and it is so pretty on its own. I'm going to cut out the sentiment. And I'm going to keep these pieces of cardstock in my stash because they are really, really nice. Normally I throw away the extra like white cardstock because I have so much, but this is really nice cardstock. He can whistle the Andy Griffith theme. He whistles the put on a happy face, the old Walmart commercial theme. And he just came back. We board him at the vet when we go on vacation, and he always learns new whistles and things. In the car on the way home, he sounded like a little dog, you know, those little tiny yippy yappy dogs yapping. I'm like, oh no, you cannot learn that, Craig. You cannot learn that noise because it was a really annoying pitch. I'm like, you are going to set Jonah off if you learn that. But then he stopped, thankfully. I'm going to get a piece of red cardstock to mat that on. And see, I save pieces. Oh, look, there's green in my red. I save pieces that are a good size for matting sentiments. These are actually ATC size. I used those for a project. There we go. That is the perfect size right there. And I don't have to cut. Yay. Let's take that green one out of there. True. I say that a lot about the white strips or white pieces when you're cutting a card apart. Just be careful of the ones that are glossy. It is a lot harder to stamp on a glossy surface. This is my good old Elmer's glue. Let's see if it'll come out. I might need to clean the tip off a little bit. This is my other Elmer's. It's been a while since I've used this little guy here, and sometimes I just need to stick the pin in it. In case you guys don't know, this is an art glitter glue bottle. And of course, I like art glitter glue. I have this big old bottle of it. And I had this one. And when this one was empty, I filled it with Elmer's glue all, regular Elmer's, not the school glue, just a real Elmer's glue all, where you can get, you know, a 10-gallon bucket for $5 or something. Okay, maybe not quite that, but it's not expensive. And I put it to the test next to this. I cannot tell the difference. This is like $20 a bottle. This, for a humongous bottle, like 5 times the size of this bottle, it's like $5. So big deal, big difference in price. And I love my Elmer's glue. It works great. I cannot tell the difference. I use wet glue on thicker cardstocks. I don't like to use it on thin paper because I think it causes the paper to buckle. You know, you can see your glue lines on the back. No matter how thin you make them, you can still see them, I think, on paper. And that holds true for any kind of wet glue. But this is very heavy cardstock, so the glue will work fine on here. But thin, you know, like copy paper size. I always find that I get a line. I'm just using my bone folder just to smush the glue behind it. And this paper behind here, this is construction paper, and I like to use wet glue on construction paper. I think you get a better bond than you do with regular paper or tape, because the tape tends to pull apart the fibers of the construction paper, whereas the glue seeps down into the fibers. And this little bottle here you can get on Amazon if you don't have an empty art glitter glue bottle with a fine metal tip. If you have an empty art glitter glue bottle, I would use that first. That way you're not purchasing more plastic. I like to recycle. But these, the top unscrews here, and you can fill it up with any kind of a glue or paint or anything like that. And then that little piece of plastic covers the tip. But I always keep my pin handy because sometimes you just gotta, you know, unclog it a little bit. Now the glossy cards, Lois, are good if you use a permanent ink, archival ink, or stays on, something like that. Just be careful when you stamp that you're putting your stamp down very carefully and you're not wiggling it at all, because it'll smear. And you still should give it a little bit of time to dry. So we have this, and I have some, oh, let's see. I got some bling. I have bling. Imagine that. I have this silver bling that came in the mail today. I wonder, I was going to use gold on this. I think I will continue to use, I don't know. This is a different kind of bling. It has stitching in between it. I'm afraid it won't bend the way I want it to, and I don't want to experiment and ruin my card. So let me get my regular gold bling. I have the big bling there, which I will probably also use. Let me open my bling box and get my gold. Okay, I think that will work. And I'm just going to put this gold right along this gold edge here. If you use regular ink, dye ink, on a glossy surface, you could emboss on it and heat it with a gun, a heat gun, and then it will stay. And I'm going to put a couple of these larger gold pieces of bling on this red ball, kind of where those gold pieces are already. I won't put it in the middle of that E because I think it'll make the letter look like something else. I think I'll just leave it like that. And maybe some red bling on this one. Oh, I think I have red bling out. Oh, it's the big red bling. That's okay. I want a little red bling for down there, but I think I could put some of these big red blings on here. Kind of where those red circles are. And these are the sticky back blings that come off in a strip. There we go. I'll just use this, a little piece of this gold. Rather than dig in my stash for red. There. All right, I hope you like that. That is done. Do I want to put 3 gold or red pieces down at the bottom? Sure. Let's do this down here. Since there's so much white, there we go. I kind of like to add a little bit of something on the bottom corners of the cards sometimes. But that card really is good by itself. It doesn't need a lot of help. Two more cards. All right. This one will be a fast and easy one. I love this moose. He is so much fun. Of course, I believe that moose are fictional characters. I don't believe they are real. We went to New Hampshire one year and we did not see one single moose, even though there are all these signs that say moose crossing. We drove around to find the moose and could never find any. So it's kind of a family joke that I don't believe in moose. Now, I really do believe in moose. I know they exist. But it's more fun to have the family joke that they don't. Let's see. I'm going to have to cut off a little bit of this back shoe, the snowshoe that he's wearing. And cut a little bit off the bottom of this card. Oh my gosh, that's funny. He chased your kid in Alaska. That is wild. I have a moose pad on my desk. Instead of a mouse pad, it is a moose pad. My mother-in-law gave it to me. She was on the trip with us where we could not find moose. And the real funny thing is that they sell moose tours. You can pay money to go on a moose tour. And we joked around that the signs were there just to get you to buy the moose tour, and all the bus did was take you to a place where a moose was chained to a tree. And I don't think this is wide enough, where the moose was chained to a tree. So we made all kinds of jokes. That has my real address on it. I hope nobody saw that. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, we made joke after joke about the moose. We were going to go on a moose tour, but it was the same day as the whale tour. So we could not go. The day that we wanted to go on the moose tour, it was sold out. We should have gone to the parking lot and found where the bus went and followed the bus, because we really tried to get on this moose tour. Okay, so it's 5. I'm going to make this 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And that way there is just a really small border there, but a better border here. Yep. I'm going to trim a little bit off the top of this. Give the moose a haircut. There is no sentiment for this one, but yes, I could write that on the inside. Merry Christmas. I might have a stamp that says it. I'll have to look around and see. There was no inside. This was just the front of a card that I had received. This is kind of embossed. So it kind of has a little bit of a 3D effect to it. And I will go ahead and place this down. And since it is construction paper, I will go ahead and use my wet glue. I do like moose. It's really cool. But I think it has always been this family joke that I don't believe in moose. So it kind of sticks. We really did enjoy New Hampshire. It is very, very pretty. Right, the moose gets a cut. We said there was some kind of shenanigans. Oh, and then get this. In New Hampshire, if you want to go to a liquor store, you have to take a toll road, and it is at a rest area along the road. Now, I think there is a way you can get to it without paying the toll, but we always joked about that they make you pay a toll to go to the liquor store, and it's at the rest area. I mean, how crazy is that? It was pretty funny. Now, I don't know if that's a New Hampshire thing or if it was just in the particular area we stayed at. But it was very funny. Yeah. So you have to pay a toll to go to the liquor store, and it's along the on the interstate or on the highway, the toll road. It's a rest area. So I don't know if you're allowed to drink when you drive there. I'm sure you're not. I know you're not. I'm going to add some bling, of course, to his lights around his antlers. Are they called antlers on a moose? What are they called on a moose? I know they're furrier than like a deer's antlers. I think they're furrier. They feel, I've never felt them. They look like they would be furry, fuzzy. Ah, Meredith, New Hampshire. That is interesting. That's really cool. Desta, were you conceived in New Hampshire? Do you know? Or like, how good was that vacation for your parents? There we go. He has a bunch of Christmas lights hanging from his antlers, his furry peach fuzz kind. They look like they have like a fuzz on them. Antlers, okay. They are antlers. Very cool. I'm going to leave this card as is because I really like the moose. I might have to send this one to my in-laws and tell them this is their fake Christmas card. And then one more card. It's going to be kind of, I'm going to deconstruct a card and make a card. But I got to get a drink first. Hang on a second. And no, there's no alcohol in my drink today. It's not from the liquor store in New Hampshire. We went to Bahaba, Bar Harbor, Bahaba. That's how they say it there. Well, Desta, you know, some families don't mind if there are other people around. That's funny. So I have these two cards, and I think they kind of look the same. I don't need the sentiment on either one because I don't have a grandson. And I don't have a mother. So I have a mother-in-law, but I would not send her just like a card like this. We usually just send one to the family. So I thought I could put these two together because they remind me of each other. So I'm going to deconstruct, and see, this also has stuff on the back. I think, yeah, this is like just the front piece. As you can see, it was torn off of a card, and it has a hole up the center. So I'm going to take it apart. I'm going to use my bone folder, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's kind of beveled where it's thicker in the center and thinner on the edge. So I'm going to stick that in the card and work it up the card and pull the card apart. So I was just separating the glue there. So now it opens that way. This card, I think already, yeah, this is a 3-part card, and I don't have to take it apart. So let me get my paper trimmer, and I'm going to cut the front of this card off. I'm going to cut the side here. Where is it? I have to see where the fold is. So I'll put this piece aside for another project. This piece that says mother is up on some foam tape. So I'm going to use this thing again and see if I can pull that foam tape off without ruining the word mother, because that can be used as an embellishment on something else. There we go. Let's try this other end. I think I could just pull it with my finger. There we go. So there we have the word mother. I can take that with a knife. I can take that foam tape off, and then that can be a sentiment for something else. We have this piece of ribbon that I can cut off. And it has that tape on it. I'll deal with that later and see if I can't salvage the ribbon. And this card here, I'm going to, oh, I wonder if that's even going to work. Let me put that aside for a second. Let me cut this piece out first, because I have to decide which piece. I didn't realize this would be darker where that was. I thought I could use it up to there. So I may not be able to use the front, but I may be able to use the back. Right, I think I could heat that up. I'm going to give this a trim right on the edge of the picture. And this here I can save for another card. And then I'm going to, I wonder if I cut this. Yeah, the bird's going to be really close to the ground. I'm going to cut the bird off. Right above that bird's head. Because I think it would look funny with the bird being too close to the ground. Birds generally don't perch that low. It's not safe. And I have to go in a little bit more on this one. All right, so there we have that piece. And let me see. I think that'll work. I can go down. I'm trying to see how far down here I can go. And have all of those words covered up with the background. I could also do it on this side. On this one. It would be kind of cut off at the bottom. Let me trim this one up and see how it looks when it's trimmed. There's not a lot of, I would say, good use at the top of that one. So maybe I will use this one. There's more stuff up there, more treetops, if you would. Let's see what size I want to make this. I didn't plan this card out at all, really, other than grabbing the two cards because I thought they matched. All right, let's put this away. That's too little. You like it on the back side, meaning this side. I think there's more tree up there. And I think, yeah, it'll fit. I'm going to put this and cover up the whole card with this background, I think. Let me see. I don't think I have a color that's better. Maybe a little bit of this green. I don't have a lot of colors to choose from. I have that green. I have this red. Oh, maybe the red will be good. It kind of brings out the color in the house and the cardinal up there. And I kind of want to cut this cardinal off anyway. Okay, let's do it on this red. I do like this one better myself. All right, so I need to make this be how about let's go with 4 7/8 just to start off with. I'm going to use all the way to the top, and I'm going to cut it just above that bird down there. Again, because I don't like a bird perching too close to the ground. They generally don't I'm going to trim a little bit off this edge. Oh, that is crooked anyway. That card was crooked anyway. Okay. There we go, with a little bit of a red border. And then this is going to go here. I'm not really sure what I'm doing here. My watch says it's time to stand. Oh, there it is. I'm not standing up, watch. I am sitting down. So there we have that. I wonder, let me see what I have for some silver paper. That's white. I think I'm going to mat this on some silver or maybe some green. I don't like the silver. It doesn't blend with the back very good. All your cards are crooked. It's called artistic, being artistic. Sometimes I make my cards crooked on purpose, because if you try to make them look straight and they're a little bit off, then that is no good. But if you go in and try to make them a little bit crooked, then it looks like they were meant to be. This is the green I was thinking of. I think it goes super, super good with that. Yeah, I think I will do that. Okay, and that just kind of gives it a little bit of a separation. See if I have a scrap of that green. I probably do, just not where it's supposed to be. All right. Put this, yeah, I like that a lot. I might have to trim it down though. Yeah, I'm going to trim a little bit of that edge off. I would like to get rid of that tree trunk there, but it would take away too much of the house if I do that. Yeah, that'll work. Let's use some of this glue. Trying to decide what I want to use to adhere it. This is Elmer's glue. Yeah, it didn't really blend in as much as I had imagined it blending in when I went to cut it out. But once I put it on this green, I think it's going to be perfect. Oh, there, that is much better. I do like the way that looks. And let's go ahead and adhere this down to the backing. Make a mess with my glue here. So last week I got, or not last week, but my last live, I got fabric tack. Let me know if you guys use that as paper glue. I've seen some videos on it, and I just was wondering if you guys use it and what your take on it was. Now, let's see where I want to place this. I think just kind of in the middle there. And it kind of makes it look like this house is in the front in the woods there. This green does really make it pop. When I was thinking about it, I remembered that I had this green, kind of like a sage green glitter paper. And I thought it would go really good, a forest green. Welcome in, Michelle M. All right. So there we have that. I'm looking for something that I'm not going to be able to find, of course, because I'm looking for it. Let me look over here, see if I can find what I am looking for. I have my box of tricks. I think what I want is in here. No. No. It's not. Okay, but I do have those. Maybe that'll work. I was looking for my spool of snowflake ribbon. My trim, my snowflake trim. Where are you, snowflake trim? I thought it was in this thing. But of course it is not, and I don't know where it is. I'm just glancing around to see if I see it somewhere. I don't see it. I have these snowflakes though. Let me see if any of these would go. I thought I would add some snowflakes to this. Oh, now this is, oh, that doesn't show up very good. Oh, I really want my snowflake trim. I really want it. Where is it? Hold on, let me see. Let me look in one more place. If you could see the look on my face. Oh, I swore it was in that container. But it is not. I'm looking around to see if it fell. I don't know where it is. Okay, we're gonna have to go without it. Darn it, darn it, darn it. That would have been perfect. Do you guys see it anywhere? Is it on my desk in front of me where I cannot see it? These are pretty glistening. I think I will add these to it. They show up better in person than on the camera. You can barely see them on the camera. There's other snowflakes in here. Let me see. Oh, there are these little white or little crystal ones. I like the big ones better for this. I really want the other thing, but that's all right. Let me see if I can get two different ones. That is clear. That's too clear. No, they'll have to be that. All right, it's going to have to be these two. I will make a mess with stickles, but I think I will use these two. They do stand out much more in person than they do on the camera, I promise. And I'll put one of these small ones in the centers. All right, I will use, these are, there you can see them there. They're a little glistening, and I don't know, let me see. Yeah, the camera doesn't pick it up as much. It shows up a little bit better in person, but I think I like the softness of them for this card. I'm trying to see in person which side has a little more sparkle. All right. Put one of those balloon dots on the back of this. And this is kind of an empty spot down here, so I will put it there. And this already has some adhesive on the back. Put that there. Yeah, I think that's going to work out just perfectly. This card came out better than I imagined it would. Sometimes you just get these crazy ideas, and you wonder if they're going to work, then you don't think it's going to work, and then it comes together. There we go. Oh, I wish you could see that better on the camera. There, if the light hits it just right. And I like the way it goes from the background over top of each one, because then that kind of ties them together a little bit more. All right. Put this back in here. And of course, as soon as I'm cleaning my desk up, I will find the stuff that I was looking for. But that's okay. I think these are better anyway. Thank you, Angela. I'm not going to put a sentiment inside because I don't think any of those sentiments do fit. Like I said, because the one is grandson and another one is mother. So I will use a stamp or something. But I like the way that came out in the end. I was a little worried about it for a little while in there. This piece I could save in my scraps because it's so glittery and pretty. That is all like torn up on the side, so I won't save that. I'll keep the mother. That is a very pretty sentiment there. All right. And this here, that is a good piece of background paper. Now this could be a good sentiment. I don't know. It just sounds kind of weird. It says, time brings many changes, but not in the thoughts that go with you, the love that surrounds you, or the wishes that are sent your way every day of the year. Merry Christmas. I don't know that that just sounds kind of funny to me, I think. So I'm going to just stamp a sentiment on the inside. I think that is meant to go with the saying that was on the front of the card more than by itself. I don't think it stands alone very good. All right, so we have this. We have the fictional moose character. And the ornaments. Then we have the dogs. The dog photo frames. Love those. And then the bird. And that looks like a little, actually it looks like a postage stamp on the inside. The bird and then the owl. So you guys let me know which one is your favorite. As always, trying to get them all in the picture here. Julie, I didn't know where I was going with that card in the beginning either. I just thought, oh, they kind of go together and I'll take them apart and put them together. Maybe that's not the wisest thing to do on a live show because, well, you know, if I mess up, then we're really in trouble. I can't erase the footage, but I think it came out pretty cool. So there we go. At first, I had a great vision for it, and then when I was putting it together, I thought, oh, no, maybe I made a big mistake here. But the green backing really fixed it. So there we go. The moose is your favorite, Connie. Awesome. Angela, the dogs, the moose, and the last card. Yeah, the last card surprised me. But yes, I of course love the dogs, as always. The moose is really cute. I like them all. So, and the last card was my surprise card. The Snowy Cottage. That's a good name for that card. All right. Well, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to my wonderful moderators, Lois and Christine. I appreciate you so much. Thanks to everybody who joined in tonight in the chat and to everybody who's hanging out, lurking, and just watching the show. Thank you so much. And to all the husbands, wives, partners, whatever, I'm all inclusive over here, that are watching in the background. Hello to you guys. I know some of you say your husbands, you know, talk about my voice or something like that. So hello to all of the guys if you're listening in the background. And please do give this video a thumbs up if you like what you see. I greatly appreciate it. It helps bump me up in the YouTube algorithm. And then also please do, if you're watching the replay, leave me a comment below. Let me know which card is your favorite. If you're not subscribed, please do smash that red subscribe button down there somewhere. They moved them moved them around, so it's down there somewhere. I would love to have you as a subscriber. Head on over to my Facebook group. Ladies there are wonderful. Ladies and men. There's some men there. Wonderful group of crafters. Great community over there. It's Create with CraftyRia on Facebook. I'm going to get my Discord up and running, and I'll post that server when I do as well, in case you're not on Facebook. Well, thanks again, everyone. I appreciate each and every one of you. And until the next video, you know what to do. You know, go get crafting. Bye-bye.